Hello friends, greetings of the day. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the spiral view of requirement engineering process. So, in the previous year, we just have discussed the spiral model. This spiral view of requirement engineering process is just similar as that spiral model. In that spiral model, we just have different kind of phases which can be implemented to have for the development of software. But in this today's lecture, we are just going to discuss the same spiral view of that model to our requirement engineering process. So, the topic that we are going to discuss today is the spiral view of requirement engineering process. So, let us start with today's topic. In this topic, we all know that requirement engineering process is a process of having four high level activities. In the process of this requirement engineering, we are going to have the four high level activities just like feasibility study, then requirement elicitation and analysis, then we are having requirement specification and the requirement validation. These are the different activities, or these are the four activities that we are carrying out, or we are going to perform in a such a way that it will look like as a spiral view. Okay, if you observe the diagram shown in our slide, that the process of this requirement engineering is going to start with the requirement analysis or the requirement specification. We are going to gather the requirements from the customer. Then with reference to the requirement that we have gathered, first of all we are going to check out the feasibility study of our requirements, whether those requirements are feasible or not, whether those requirements can be implemented or not, whether the implemented requirements will be useful for the use of customer or not, that we are going to discuss, or that we are going to decide with the help of feasibility study, and which is nothing but the first important activity of our spiral model. Then after this feasibility study, we are going to elicit our requirements, and we can also analyze those requirements, the requirements which are related with the requirements of that customer. That requirements we are going to elicit, we are going to extract the more requirements or the detailed requirements that are required for that software development, and we are also going to analyze those requirements. We are going to prepare the detailed requirements document with the help of this requirement elicitation and analysis phase. After this requirement elicitation analysis phase, we are going to carry out the requirement specification phase or the requirement specification activity. With the help of this requirement specification activity, we are going to specify the specific requirements, means we are going to prepare the requirement specification document, and with the help of that requirement specification document, we are going to perform the operations or the different operations which are related with our software. After this requirement specification, after preparing this requirement specification document, we are going to prepare the requirement validation. In this requirement validation, we are going to check whether all the requirements specified in our document are according to the customer's expectations or not. We are going to check out all those requirements specified in that document with the customer's expectations. So if there is some kind of error, or if there is some kind of misunderstanding or misinterpretation, that misinterpretation will be removed with the help of this requirement validation. And this cycle can be carried out in iteration. After each iteration, you can have the improvement in your requirement engineering process. Okay, so this is nothing but the spiral view of our requirement engineering process. So let us discuss once again all these 4 activities one by one. The first is there, that is feasibility study. As explained earlier, we are going to check whether the system is useful for the business or not. If it is useful, we are also going to check whether that system can be implemented with the help of software or not. That is nothing but our feasibility study. After that feasibility study, we are going to have requirement elicitation and the analysis. With the help of this second activity, we are just going to find out the requirements from the user, and we are also going to conduct the analysis on them. Means the requirement gathering, the actual requirement gathering we are going to perform in this requirement elicitation and analysis phase. The gathered requirements are also going to be analyzed by the system analyst or the business analyst in this second phase or in this second activity. Then next is there, that is requirement specification. All the requirements that we have received with the help of the requirement elicitation and analysis phase, that requirements can be received in some natural language. Those requirements can be received in the natural language. With the help of this requirement specification, this natural language requirement that we have received, we are going to represent those requirements in the form of some diagrams, and we can also convert them in the standard form. The standard form of our requirement specification is nothing but our requirement specification document. That is nothing but the standard form. In that, we are just going to learn that how those requirements can be written in the requirement specification document, that is SRD. Okay, so specific RSD you can call it as. Okay, so that is nothing but the standard form with which we can represent our requirements specification. After this requirement specification, obviously the next stage is nothing but the next activity that we are going to perform is requirement validation. In this requirement validation, we are going to check the system functioning. With the help of this checking of our system functioning, we are going to check whether the functions or whether that system is functioning according to the requirements that we have elicited in our second activity, or that the requirements that are elicited by the user. Means in requirement validation, we are just going to check whether all the functionalities of our software or all the functions are working according to the requirements which are elicited by the user. Then next is there, I think this is the last activity of our requirement engineering process. Okay, so all these activities constitute the requirements engineering process and can be organized as an iterative process to form a spiral view. To have a spiral view that we discussed just in the previous slides, to have such a kind of spiral view, all these activities that we just have discussed can be iteratively organized or can be organized iteratively, so that can form the spiral view. In actual practice, if you observe practically, then all these activities are interrelated in one another. The first activity, that is nothing but feasibility study. Then second activity was there, that is your specification. So that specification and designing are just interrelated. Those all the activities that we have discussed in this lecture are just interrelated with one another and are dependent or are independent of each other. So this is nothing but the spiral view of our requirement engineering process. So this is the topic that we have to we just discussed today. In the next